Who are we? We're a nonprofit trade association comprised of former intel analysts of the FBI, and we're dedicated to advancing the careers of public and private sector intelligence analysts through mentoring, networking, and advocacy. And today is a good example of what that means for us. We have the opportunity to educate the public on what intelligence analysts do and what we bring, and the value that brings to private sector.
Today, we have three women who, in this industry, they started in the government. And most importantly, in my mind, they believe in paying it forward. Like Rob was saying, they help others by sharing their experience.
Community, collaboration, and critical thinking. I think we will weave those themes throughout our discussions.
Groups like the AIA that really allow us to learn from each other and elevate one another at every stage of our careers. Whether you're looking to make your first or your third move out of government, it's networks like these, incredibly talented men and women like you who will help another colleague find that place where they belong.
Because I had stumbled into the community that Janet referenced, the idea that private sector intelligence practitioners all know each other. They're all going to the same meetings. They're in the same Signal and WhatsApp groups. They're communicating all the time, and they like to say there's no competition in security. When it comes to security understanding, we're all friends here. We're all partners here. So that phenomenon is what really drew me in and inspired this research program that I've now been conducting in the PhD and now at the Harvard Intelligence Project.
I don't remember using the term risk. I think we always used threat. Is that your recollection as well?
That is a great point. Yes, absolutely. It was always calculating threat.
Yes, yes. And it's two different terms, but I will say within private industry, I do hear the word risk much more often than I hear threat.
I want to emphasize that it is extremely challenging to be a true intelligence and security practitioner today without understanding both physical and cyber threat intelligence. We are living in a world where there are multiple high-profile geopolitical events that are rippling off of each other, and not taking the time to understand the implications of that on your industry, on your business, it's not an option.
It just becomes more and more clear that every industry, every business vertical is a target.
So much of the importance of ensuring the relevance of an intelligence team in the private sector is making sure you're not seen as the people who say no. You're not seen as the security focused team that is always going to say to you, that's dangerous, don't do that, don't go there, don't do this, don't do that, why are you doing that? And instead it has to be, we're here to help you. We're here to facilitate this business decision, here to facilitate this new market entry, to facilitate this travel, whatever it is. We're here to help you. We're here to ensure that you can do it at an acceptably low threshold of risk, that we have mitigation measures in place. So,
what were some other of your findings on intelligence and security initiatives that the government has with the private sector? What challenges do they face? What could they do better? Hit us.
what I found was there are so many initiatives. There are public-private initiatives. There are partnerships that the USIC and others more broadly in the government have with the private sector to share security threat information. Some of them are really effective. Some of them, there are a lot of challenges articulated on both sides. And then the private sector has a lot of initiatives. So Janet, again, coming back to your theme of community, I loved that you teed that up at the beginning. The community is so powerful. There are messaging groups every day where individuals are sharing
these. I think just drawing upon what two other panelists said, when you surround yourself with a community of analysts who are from different walks of life, different faculties, different upbringings, that you have the opportunity to challenge your assumptions, challenge your biases. You may have a specific analytic line, but it is through having those back and forth conversations, and in fact, asking your colleagues to push on your thinking. It will draw you in, it will lead you to ask better questions, and it will ultimately improve your product. Actually use your community to help fill intelligence gaps. So within our field, it is all about knowing what you know, knowing what you don't know, and then making efforts to fill those gaps in terms of what you don't know. But you can use that community as a collection vehicle, sharing information back and forth in order to fill critical gaps.
You are still in government or not, take the time to really think about things like your personal brand and what do you envision your life looking like? What are your must haves in terms of lifestyle? Are you commuting every day? What level of responsibility do you want? And what types of problems get you really jazzed? And also think about company culture. Does it resonate with your values? Yes, getting that job offer is important, but also your day to day, what your professional development opportunities are, your upward mobility, what that looks like longer term. Those are also very key to shaping that true sense of belonging. Like I said, as intelligence professionals, we have some incredible superpowers that bring so much value to the private sector. Your skills are so transferable across not just traditional intelligence roles, but also other lines of business like risk, resilience, business continuity. Take that time to network and research what roles you think you'd be a great fit for, and will also allow you to expand your skill set and set yourself up for both career longevity and trajectory.
Great insight, and I would say very valid insight for anyone that was out there listening. You know, I will tell you personally, your profession, your skills as an analyst can take you anywhere.